All right, so now let's take a look at the next problem, which gets into Frank and his party length submarine sandwich. So it's 59 inches long and it's to be cut into three pieces. Okay, so we kind of got a visual of what's going on here. We got a sub, it's chopped into three pieces. The middle piece will be 5 inches longer than the shortest piece. Okay, so it's five. So if I know the shortest piece, that will help me get to the middle piece. All right, I have to know the shortest piece, and then I can figure out the middle piece. It's 5 inches longer. Okay, and the shortest piece will be 9 inches shorter than the longest piece. So which of those two do you have to know first? The shortest piece will be 9 inches shorter than the longest piece. So I got to know the longest piece in order to figure out the shortest one. So the longest will help me figure out the shortest. I have to take 9 away from it. How long will the pieces be? So out of all of this, the longest helps me get to the shortest, but the shortest helps me get to the middle. So I need to know the longest first, and then I can figure out the other two pieces. So that must be my x. So x would be the longest. And now from the longest, I can get to the shortest. So I'm going to do the shortest next. And so how did those compare? It's 9 inches shorter than the longest piece. So how should I write that? Shorter means subtraction, but how should I write it? Should I write 9 minus x? 9 inches shorter than the longest piece. No, this one's one of those reverse ones. So remember, fewer than, subtracted from, all reverse it around. Shorter than is another version of that. So it flips it around. So you actually want to write x minus 9. So x minus 9 should be the shortest piece. Okay, and now the last part is the middle. So the middle one, what does it say? Will be 5 inches longer than the shortest piece. Now longer than is addition, so and that is commutative, so we can put it on either side. Let's just say x plus 5. Is that right? Well, what's the shortest piece? The shortest piece is x minus 9. So we got that wrong. What should we write instead? It's got to be 5 inches longer than the shortest. So we got to start with the shortest, but then we have to add 5 to that. There we go. So now we got all three pieces correctly identified. So we got our longest, our shortest, and then our middle. I know it's a little hard. These setups are not going to be the easiest. They're going to be challenging. So let's put it into an equation now. What should we have for an equation? What do we know about the whole sub or the whole submarine sandwich? It's 59 inches. So all three pieces should combine to give you that 59 inches. So we got the longest, we got the shortest, and we got the middle. So there's our equation. So now we can start to combine and break it down. So we got 1x, 2x, 3x's. We got a minus 9 and a minus 9, which is minus 18. Plus 5 is a minus 13. Okay, not too bad. So now what? We got to move. Yeah, that minus 13. So let's add it. So 59 and 13 is 72. Let's get rid of the 3 now. So x equals 24. So let's finish it off. Our longest piece is 24 inches. what would our shortest piece be then? So remember, we can plug that value of x back into the expression. So 24 minus 9 is 15. And then the middle piece, well, it's 5 inches longer than that. So let's just add 5 to the 15, which gives us 20. And if you're not sure if you did it right, how can you check it? Let's add up all 3 pieces. So 4 and 5 is 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 59. So we got it. All right. So that's the first layer of word problems that you're going to see. So you kind of have one thing based off of another. You're, can just translate them into an equation pretty quickly. Now, the next layer of problems are pretty easy, but it's really just a taste, or it's just a add-in for the last type of problems. The last type of problems are going to be the yuckiest. So this next part will be pretty nice. Mixture and interest problems and monetary problems. Percentages are often used in problems involving mixing different concentrations of a substance or different interest rates. So, how much pure acid is in 250 milliliters of a 14% solution? So, let's think about this. We got 250 milliliters of stuff, about a half a can of soda, a little more than a half a can of soda. Now, 14% of that liquid is pure acid. How can we figure out exactly how many milliliters of pure acid is in there? And this is a quick problem if you multiply. All you need to do is multiply. Let's multiply that percentage times our whole quantity. So remember, of is multiply. Of is multiply. So all they want you to do is multiply these together. But be careful, change that percentage to a decimal first. So 0.14 times 250. I want to say that that's 35. So 35 milliliters of pure acid is in there. So you got 250 milliliters of mixture, but 35 milliliters of that 250 milliliters is pure acid. The rest of it's water or whatever else they mix it with. So, all right. So all we're doing is multiplying. All right, let's see what the next one looks like. If $10,000 is invested for 1 year at 3.5% simple interest, how much interest is earned? Well, it's kind of similar to the previous one. Our total is $10,000. After 1 year, 3.5% of that amount will be interest. So all you have to do is take 3.5% of $10,000. 3.5%. So same as before, change it to a decimal first and then multiply it by 10,000. So that's $350. So after 1 year, $10,000 will generate $350 worth of interest. Not bad. Too bad the interest rates aren't that good. So, all right, one more, and then we'll pause and get into a new video for the last parts. What is the monetary value of 283 nickels? Well, wait a minute, that can't be right. How much money is in 283 nickels? Well, how can we do that? What's an easy way to do that? Well, how much is a nickel worth? 5 cents, right? But be careful how you write 5 cents. 5 cents is basically 5% of a dollar. So you're still doing the same thing. 5% of 283. So if we multiply the value of a nickel, 5 cents, times how many nickels we got, we're going to get our answer. Slide up a little bit. So if we multiply that together, what do we get? $14.15. So there's hopefully a theme you're seeing here with these problems. Anytime you have an amount and a percentage, an amount and a percentage, an amount, well, the nickel is the percentage in this case. You just have to multiply those pieces together, and that gives you your answer. So we're going to stack this into these next problems. So there's layers to it. It's not pretty, but we can do it. Alrighty, so see you in a minute.